Hello students, we will start our fourth video. Okay. So in the previous video we have already discussed about the vulgar fraction, how to express any terminating or non-terminating decimal as a vulgar fraction. Okay. So in exercise number 1A, page number 3. So question number 1 is already discussed. So solve all the questions. Okay. Question number 2 is also discussed. To solve the question, so if you find it difficult, then you can contact me. Okay. So question number 3 has also been discussed. 1 by 8 I have solved 3 or 4 questions, so see them as a reference. Okay. Question number 4. Question number 4 is we have to express 15 by 56. Exercise 1A, page number 3. Okay. 15 by 56, we have to convert it as a decimal correct to 4 decimal place. Correct to 4 decimal place. So just you need to divide it. Okay. So if we divide it 15 by 56, so 56 zeros are 0, 1 15. If we put one decimal, we can write down 1 0. So 56 2 the, this will be 112. So if we subtract, we will get 38. For again decimal, we can put 1 0. So 56 6 the, we will get 330. 5 again for decimal, we can put 1 0. 56 9 the, we will get 494. Remainder is 0. So we have to write 56 15 by 56 as a decimal correct to 4 decimal places. Okay. So up to 4 decimal places. So after decimal we have 3 digits. So again for decimal we can put 1 0. So 56 1 ja 56. So remainder is 4. So up to correct to 4 decimal place we will have 0.2691. So this is the correct answer. Okay. So in this way you have to divide it. So question number 5 is also same. So solve the question number 5. Okay. So question number 6 is also been discussed, and question number 7 has also been discussed. Correct to 1 decimal place 0. If the bar is on 1 digit, I have solved this question. If the bar is on 2 digits, that is also done, and if the bar is on the 3 digits, that is also done. So solve all the questions in exercise 1.A. Fine. So today, so we will move to rational number. Rational number. So we have already discussed the fraction. Okay. Fraction is also in the form of a by b, but the numerator and denominator are natural numbers. But in case of rational number, these are the numbers of the form p by q, where p and q both are integers. Okay. So you can read the definition, but with one condition, that the denominator cannot be 0. So rational number, it is of the form p by q, where our q is not equals to 0. So we can take one example, 2 by 13, or minus 5 by 4, or 6 by minus 8. This type of fractions are called rational numbers. Okay, where the numerator and denominator are both integers. Okay. Okay. So our next topic is to represent the rational numbers on number line. Okay. Representing representation of rational number on number line. So this is very easy. Suppose we take one example. Okay. So let us understand this with one example. So suppose the question is कि represent 4 by 7. Question is represent 4 by 7 on number line. So first step is to, your first step, don't write this one, okay? This one is for only for concept purpose, just to understand it. So our first step is to see that what is 4 by 7, okay? As denominator is big, so obviously this will be less than 1, but it will be greater than 0. That means 4 by 7 lies between 0 and 1. How? If we divide it, 7 0 is 0, 4.0, 7 5 ja 35. Okay, so answer is 0.5. That means 0.5 is greater than 0. Our 0.5, it is greater than 0 but less than 1. That means 4 by 7 lies between 0 and 1. So how to solve this one? Just make a number line. Okay, so this is the number line. Suppose this is our 0, this is our 1, again we will have 2. So for this, now divide the line segment 0 to 1 into 7 equal parts. How to know in how many equal parts you have to divide? So for that, just look at the denominator. So denominator will give the number of parts you have to divide. So we have to divide into 7 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let this be our 1, then let this be 2, and likewise. Okay, fine. Now you have to represent 4 by 7. So this will be our 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, and rest will be your 5 by 7, 6 by 7, and this one is our 7 by 7. So if you divide 7 by 7, answer will be same. Okay, so we have to represent the 4 by 7 only. So our answer will be only this one. So 1 0 1 2 3 and 4. So this is our 4 by 7. Okay. So let us take another example. The denominator is smaller whereas numerator is bigger. Okay, so suppose 17 by 5. So for this, just divide 17 by 5. So this will be your 5 3 is 15, remainder is 2. So 17 by 5 can be written in the mixed fraction as 5 3 2. That means 3 2 by 5. That means this number is greater than 3 but less than 4. Okay, so our 17 by 5 is greater than 3 but it is less than 4. So for this, we make a number line. So mark 3, and as the denominator, because 17 by 5 can be written as 3 2 by 5, so this 3 is our whole fraction. Okay, this is our whole fraction. Just you have to represent your 2 by 5. Okay, so 2 by 5, that means we will have to divide 3 and 4 as 5 equal parts. So let this be 1 2 3 4 and 5. So this is our 4. So this will be our 3 1 by 5, 3 2 by 5, 3 3 by 5, and 4 not 4, 3 4 by 5, and last one will be our 4 3 5 by 5. Okay, so just we need our 3 2 by 5. So we will eliminate these things. So our 3 2 by 5 will be this one. So this is the correct answer. Or this will be 3 2 by 5, or you can say 17 by 5. Okay, fine. But if the number is negative, it is also same. Suppose let us take another example which is negative. Okay, minus 4 by 7. So just look at the 4 by 7. 4 by 7, denominator is bigger. So if the denominator is bigger, it will lie between 0 and 1. That means it will be greater than 0 but it will be less than 1. Okay, so what we will do in the number line, center is 0. If you move towards the right, we will get positive numbers, and if you move towards the left, we will get negative numbers. So we need to find 4 by 7. So minus 4 by 7. So if we put minus 4 by 7, then this will be greater than 0 but less than minus 1. That means it will lie between minus 1 and 0. Okay, wait. If we multiply it, we will get it will be greater than wait. Okay, fine. So if we take minus 4 by 7, it will be greater than minus 1 but less than 0, or we can say it will lie between minus 1 and 0. Okay, so this number will lie between, this number lies between minus 1 and 0. So we will draw a number line. So our minus 1 will be on the left side and 0 will be on the right side. Okay, so we have to, again, if we see the denominator is 7, so we have to make 7 equal parts. So let us make 7 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let this be 7. So let us write 0 here. So we need to find minus 4 by 7. So this will be your minus 1 by 7, minus 2 by 7, minus 3 by 7. This will be minus 4 by 7. So this will be our minus 4 by 7. Fine. And again, if the numerator is bigger and denominator is smaller and one negative sign is there, so we have already solved this. So 17 by 5. 17 by 5 lies between 3 and 4. So if you put negative sign, so this number lies between minus 3 and minus 4. So make a number line. So minus 3. So in the number line, if you see minus 3, this will be minus 3, this will be minus 4. So minus 4 will be here and minus 3 will be on the left side, so right side. Okay, so 17 by 5. So 17 by 5, it is written as 5 3s are 15, remainder is 2. That means 5, 3, 2. So for minus 17 by 5, this will be our minus 3, 2 by 5. So denominator is 5, so make it as 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So suppose this is our minus 3, and so if we increase the length, suppose this is our minus 2. So we need only we need the number between minus 4 and minus 3. So this will be 1 by 5, this will be 2 by 5. So this will be our minus 3, 2 by 5, or minus 17 by 5. So in this way we can represent the rational numbers on any number line. Okay, I think it is clear. Next we have our operation on rational number. This is very important. Operation on rational number. Operation means addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, so suppose we take any two rational number. For any rational numbers, suppose we take two rational number a by b and c by d. Okay, then number 1, if we have to add addition, so for this what we will do, a by b plus c by d. So how we add, we just take the LCM. LCM means just multiply b and d. So it will be bd, and now cross multiply it. A will be multiplied to d, this will be ad, plus c will multiply to b, this will be bc. Okay, example, suppose if we take 2 by 3 plus 5 by 4. So what we will do, we will multiply 3 and 4. 3 4 ja 12, and again 2 4 ja 8, plus 5 3 ja 15. So answer will be our 23 by 24, not 24, it is 12. So as this is in simplest form, if it is not in simplest form, again you have to convert it into simplest form. Method is already discussed. Number 2, subtraction. Subtraction is also similar. So if we subtract a by b and c by d minus c by d, again you have to take the LCM. B into d, this will be bd, again cross multiplies a into d ad minus c into b bc or cb also. Okay, so if we take another example, suppose 5 by 2 minus 3 by 5, or if we take 3 by suppose 7. So this will be, if you take the LCM, 7 2 ja 14, and again 5 is multiplied to 7, 5 7 is 35, and you have to put negative, 3 2 is 6. So this will be our 29 by 14. This is already in the simplest form. Okay. So our next operation is the third operation, and this operation is our multiplication. Okay. So a by b into c by d. For multiplication it is very easy. Numerator will multiply to numerator and denominator will multiply to denominator. That means a into c divided by b into d. So we can write this as ac by bd. Fine. So if we take one example, suppose 2 by 5 into 8 by 4 or 8 by 9. Okay. So 8 to the 16 and 9 5 is 45. This is the simplest answer. Okay. Suppose we have another type of fraction, 2 by 5 into only 4. Okay. So this is 4 is whole fraction. So in the denominator, if nothing is there, so it can be written as 4 by 1. So 4 2 is 8 by 5 1 is 5. Fine. And our last operation is our division. Okay. So a by b divided by c by d. So this is also very easy. So for this, what we will do, we will fix a by b. We will have to fix this one, and if we convert this divided sign into multiplication. So if we do this, then this fraction will get reciprocal. That means it is c by d. So you have to write d by c, and as multiplication is already done, so it will be a into d, ad by b into c, bc. Fine. So if we take one example, suppose 2 by 3 divided by 4 by 5. So you have to write 2 by 3 into 4 by 5 will get reciprocal. It will be our 5 by 4. So answer is 5 2 is 10 divided by 4 3 is 12. So to convert it into simplest form, you have to reduce this. So 2 5 is 10, 2 6 is 12. So answer is 5 by 6. This is in the simplest form. Okay. So these are the 4 different operations on the rational number. You have to remember this. Okay. Fine. Next we have some properties of addition on rational number. Properties of addition on rational number. Okay. Properties of addition on rational number. Okay. So we have total 4 properties. Our first property is commutative. Commutative law. I think this has been discussed in your earlier classes. Okay. So that means addition is additive. Additive in the sense, that means if we add a by b plus c by d, this can be written as c by d plus a by b also. That means a by b plus c by d will give the same result if we add c by d plus a by b. Okay. Number 2, second is our associative law. Associative law. So this law states that a by b plus c by d, suppose we take another fraction e by f. Okay. So bracket means we have to solve the bracket quantity first. So if you solve this, solving this first and again then adding to this number. Okay. So this will give us the same result if we do the addition a by b plus c by d plus e by f. That means if we first add a by b plus c by d, and if we add that result to e by f, this will give you the same result if we first add c by d plus e by f and that result is added to a by b. This will give you the same result. Okay. Number 3 is existence of additive identity. Existence of additive identity. Okay. So you have to remember this, that the additive identity is the 0. Additive identity. Additive identity means what number you have to add to a particular number so that it is so that the result is that number only. That means what will be added to a by b, suppose we take a fraction a by b, so what will be added to this number so that the answer is a by b only. So obvious, the result is 0. Okay, so if we add 0 to any number, it will give us the same number. So that means 0 is the additive identity. Okay, so you can take another example, 2 by 3. If we add 2 by 5 with 0, answer will be same. This is called our additive identity. Okay, and the fourth property is our existence of inverse, existence of additive inverse, existence of additive inverse. So how you have to think this as, what should, suppose we take one fraction a by b, okay, rational number, we take some rational number a by b. So what we will add to this rational number so that our answer is 0. So that this number is then called as additive inverse. Okay, so obvious, what will be added to 2? What will be added to 2? So the answer is 0. That means obviously it will be minus 2. And what will be the additive inverse of minus 3? So if we add 3, it will be 0. So that means the additive inverse of any fraction is the negative of that fraction. So that means our answer will be minus a by b. Okay, so every rational number every rational number a by b has minus a by b as its additive inverse. Fine, suppose we take one example, 2 by 3. Okay, so the additive inverse of 2 by 3 is obviously minus 2 by 3. Why? You have to write that also, because if we add 2 by 3 with minus 2 by 3, our LCM is same. Okay, so LCM is same, so this will be our 2 plus minus 2, that means 2 minus 2 by 3, so 0 by 3, we are getting 0. That's why additive inverse of 2 by 3 is minus 2 by 3. Again, if we take minus 16 by 9, its additive inverse will be 16 by 9. If you take positive, additive inverse will be negative. If you take the negative fraction or rational number, its additive inverse will be positive rational number. Okay, so likewise we have properties of multiplication also. Okay, so we will discuss it on our next class. So before going to and before ending the video, we will solve some question of exercise 1b. Okay, page number 8. Fine, so our first question, write the additive inverse of 5. So we have to write the additive inverse of 5. Solution. So how will you write? The additive inverse of 5 is, what will be? If this is positive number, so the additive inverse will be negative, because 5 plus minus 5 is equals to 5 minus 5. Why 5 minus 5? Because plus minus, it will be minus. So this gives us 0. That's why. Okay. Similarly, if we solve question number 4, minus 3 by 17. So for solution part, the additive inverse of minus 3 by 17 is, what will be? It, as it is negative number, so additive inverse will be plus this, as minus 3 by 17 plus 3 by 17. So as the denominator is same, so LCM will be 17, but you need to add the numerators only. So first numerator is minus 3 and second numerator is 3. So minus 3 plus 3, it will be 0 plus 17, that means it is 0. Okay, so solve all the rest of the question. If it is mixed fraction also, you just convert it into the fraction. Okay, as in question number 7, it is minus 5 3 by 8. I think all of you know this, minus 5 3 by 8, how to convert it into fraction. Okay, so first you need to convert this into fraction. Okay, so if you convert this into fraction, this will be minus on its side. How we do this? 5 8 are 40 plus 3, so this will be our minus 43 by 8. Okay, minus is common. Now you have to solve this. 40 plus 3, 43, 43 by 8. So what will be the additive inverse of minus 43 by 8? Obviously it will be positive. Okay, so question number 2, still we have not discussed the question number 2. Question number 3 has been discussed already. So question number 3 will be your homework. No need to do question number 2. We will discuss it on the next class. Then 4 and 5 no need. Then again, okay, you just solve this question number 1 and question number 3, as 1 and 3 has been discussed, this type of question. So in the next class, we will discuss some more topics or properties of the rational number. After that, we can solve the rest of the question of exercise 1.b. Okay, fine. Thank you.